Hey guys, today we are going to talk about Unity in mobile games, specifically using Android devices. Now for this topic, we are going to focus on the commands that you can and should use for Android, how to publish the app into an APK file, and how to make money from the game or the app that you created. We're not going as far as having to explain a Google Developers account because it will cost us much as $25 for one Google Developers account, in which you'll be able to publish your APK files in the Play Store. Without further ado, let's begin. So first off, what commands can you actually use for the Android application in Unity? Well, actually, you can use any and almost all commands on Android, specifically any platform. They are all the same, be it a transform, player pref, basic commands, position, and any such. At least 95% of them. 5% of them will not work on any other platforms. Those 5% will come from the input of the user. You can see that in computer we use the code input.getKey and input.getMouse, which requires both a mouse and the keyboard. In Android we don't use mouse or keyboard. We just use our touch screen to interact with our phone. In Android we use input.getTouch and gyroscope. I think you know what they do. Input.getTouch is for touching the screen. I wouldn't really go into details with this one. Just go. If you want more details about this command difference, you can go to the help bar and scripting reference. It will show you any codes that you can use, specifically inputs that you can use for any platform. Okay, now let's actually go to publishing your APK file. First of all, you need to set up your Unity into an Android platform. If you go to the build settings, it would look something like this. For this one, you just need to go to the download page, click that button there, and then it will automatically give you the download link to be able to use Android for Unity. After you install the package, you are halfway on the setup. After that, you go to the edit bar, preferences, then external tools. For the external tools, there are two things that you must consider. One is the SDK and JDK for Android. NDK you wouldn't really need to fill out, that's native development kit. That's specifically for C and C++, but in Unity you only use C# and Java, in which you go with Android SDK and JDK. Now if you don't have JDK or Android SDK, just click on those download bar. Then if you have them, just need to browse their file location. Just click the browse and find the folder where it is located. With that being said, you are now ready to build your first APK file. Now, what if you already have your own game that you want to publish? You're done with the setup, you have your game, now you want it to make into an APK file. Now just go back to the build settings. After you installed the Android tool for Unity, you'll be seeing something like this. But you'll need to go to the player settings. Just click that button there and you'll be led to the inspector window. You can see that there are three new things. One is the resolution and presentation, other settings, and publishing settings. For the resolution, I think it's pretty obvious what you need to do there. Default orientation, meaning that you can change the orientation of the phone, be it landscape, portrait. Auto rotation is the default for now. You can change it to one of those two, or you can do with upside down portrait. It's up to you. Next would be the other setting. In the other settings, the identification label is what's important. Specifically the bundle identifier and the minimum API level. Remember when I said that you need to download the Android SDK from the setup? Well, this is what they contain. The Android API levels from 9 to 22. Actually, it's from up to 23, 24, 25, depending on how updated your Android SDK is. For this one, it's completed. You just can't see the API level 22, 23, 24, and 25, and so on. It's because the Unity defaultly adds the latest product of the Android SDK currently installed. Okay, now why do you need to configure this one?
It just simply means that you are importing the requirements needed for your app to work on that certain version. You can see in this chart that I got from the dashboard of Android Studio website the distribution of how many people use Android phones in different versions. If we import all of them, we are importing a small amount of size for the game, covering a small percentage of the users. Between the users and the game size, it's okay for me to sacrifice 2% of the total users who are using older version of the Android. The best option to go so far is to check Android 4.1, meaning I am not importing the API levels below 4.1, thus saving more size for the APK, making it more convenient for the players to install the game. Next would be the bundle identifier. This is separated by three segments. First one is the COM. You can remove this, but it is recommended that you leave it as it is. Second would be your company name. If you don't have a company or organization, you can erase it and move on to the third one, which should be the name of your app. Why is this important? Do you see the URL above the Play Store when you open a specific game? An example would be the popular game named Color Switch. It is mostly used for us to create a search URL for the game that we uploaded to the Play Store. You can have the same bundle identifier, but the Play Store will not be able to upload your application to publish, to be exact. The last part in the inspector window would be the publishing settings. For this one, the two most important things that you need to remember are the key stores and aliases. Key store is a file where you place all the keys and aliases, as is just simply your username. To set up a key store, just check the create key store and input the password. Click the browse key store and you'll find yourself into a new window. It is recommended that you not save the key store inside your project folder, for the user may be able to get it after you made it to an APK file. However, they will not be able to see it unless they are really good hackers and manage your key storage themselves. Next will be the aliases. Aliases are, like I said, simply your username. Just click the unsigned debug and click new aliases, you'll be seeing a new window. You should fill out the top labels, but the bottom labels are not recommended as they are optional to be filled up. For safety purposes and proof that you are the one who made the APK file, it is best that you should fill these ones. After managing all of these, you are now ready to make an APK file by clicking build. Okay, this is an example on how to make the APK file. I'll guide you through here while you listen on how to make money through your APK file. Three of the first ones are provided by Play Store. First is that you make demo of the game, making it entirely free for the first part, as your goal here is to let the user see what the game has to offer. Then in mid-game, if they enjoy the game, you can ask them to pay for the rest of the game. Second would be the advertisements. Two examples would be using Google AdSense or AdMob. It's better that you use Google AdSense because Play Store has more support through it rather than AdMob. How you make money here is that if players view the ad, click or tap it, you'll get a certain cent of a cent. Third one would be in-game purchases. Remember when I said that you'll need to pay $25 for a Google Developers account? Well, after you paid it, your bank account is now directly connected to your Google Developers account. Meaning, if the user paid one of these, it will automatically be transferred to your bank account. Of course, it also comes with taxes. Don't blame me, I don't make the rules. Lastly is sponsorships. You don't have to worry about making a Google Developers account or ads. Your sole goal is to make the product, the company, or even the school famous through your game. Once you've done your job, they will pay you back and you'll have the money. Yeah, obviously. I won't go into details with this, but that's how it works. So I guess we've covered all the topics here, so thank you for listening.